Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandana Banerjee, and today I wanted to talk to you about how you can create time when you're homeschooling, working from home, and homemaking. I am an artist, author, writer, blogger, micro business coach, health coach, and I'm also a military wife and a homeschooling mom. And today, the topic that I'm going to talk about is very dear to my heart because these are the things that I spend every day doing. And I've learned things by trial and error that, these are the ways that you can actually carve out more time, even when the day starts feeling very full and packed. When you're homeschooling and homemaking, you as it is have so much on your plate, right? That you can't even dream of thinking of fitting in work within that schedule. But with some planning and some more flexibility, it's a very fine balance between planning and flexibility that you can fit in the time for your own dreams and for your own goals also. So these are the things that I have tried for the past 14 years, and I've changed so many things to so that my focus remains on joy and peace. Because when one of the biggest, I think, tragedies or downfalls of trying to pack in too much into your 24 hours is that we get stressed and we lose focus about what's really important. So the things that I'm going to share will hopefully keep the focus on what is more important in your life at that point, which is, of course, your family and your happiness and your health. So one of the first things that I want to talk to you about is break up with busy. Busy is a word that I think we use so frequently, right, in our conversations. People ask us, "How are you?" and we reply, "Busy." "What are you doing these days?" "I'm busy." So we use this word so frequently that we don't even realize what it means sometimes. And we fill our day with so much of buzz and busyness that sometimes I feel we lose focus on what's really important. So break up with busy. Take a step back and think, how can you unbusy your life? How can you make your days a little less busier? And yes, by all means, let's have create lives which are fulfilling and full of purpose, rather than filling our days with a lot of buzz and a lot of things, some of which may not really be that relevant at that point of time. So, one of the first things is we realize how we actually stuff our days with busyness, and then take a step back and just go over at what we are doing during the whole day and think, what is it that is causing extra noise within that day? Do we really need it? Do we really can we do without it? Can we reduce that particular thing in a day? Okay. Now, when you do that, you will realize that there are so many things that we are doing that are actually, we can actually reduce it, or we can actually totally do away with. So take a step back and think about how you can break up with your business. The other tip that I want to talk about is having routines and rhythms. The funny thing is, earlier when I started working from home about 14 plus years ago, I was very, very schedule oriented. And I would really go by the clock. Even though I was working from home, I used to clock my hours. This is the time I'm going to sit. This is the time I'm going to take a break. And only this much of a break. And then this is the time I'm going to get up from my work. And I would get so stressed if anything got messed up, and it would mess up many times, because when you're working from home, your distractions are far more. Also, I'm a military wife, so that means a lot of our social obligations happen during the morning hours when I'm working. So obviously I used to get very upset when things didn't work out the way I had planned them to. And over the years, especially after my son was born, I realized that holding on to a tight schedule just doesn't work for me. In fact, if you're a very schedule oriented person, and if it works for you, please go ahead and use that schedule. But if you feel that the schedule is actually adding more stress to your day, then just see if a rhythm and a routine will be better for you. Routines are simple things like a morning routine. You plan that, okay, in the morning I get up, and within the first half an hour, you brush your teeth, change your clothes, maybe take a shower, and meditate for 5-10 minutes. Write in your journal, or write a single affirmation, drink a cup of coffee, and then start your day at work. or then wake up your kids and get them ready for school. Whatever it is. There could be an afternoon routine when after lunch you rest for a while, you read a good book, you recharge your batteries before maybe you start another shift at work. So, a nighttime routine. A nighttime routine again is supposed to help you transition from that whole busy day to your sleep. So, it could be simple like applying body butter on your arms and applying foot cream on your feet, drinking some water or some herbal tea, reading something inspiring, or writing in your journal, and then maybe switching off the lights. So, make these little routines to these are like treats in your day, and I have seen that it's like it takes a lot of willpower to have them also, because every other day the first things when things get really packed for us is we let go of our routines. And I've realized that when I let go of my routine, it kind of adds more stress to me, to my days, and it makes me feel quite drained at the end of maybe a week. Another is rhythm. So chunk your days into slots of time, into rhythms. A morning rhythm might be a work rhythm. Like I like to get up 1 hour earlier than everybody else and get some writing done. Then I have this time after breakfast for my son for his homeschool. Then when he is playing, when we are done with our homeschooling and he's playing, that is the time maybe I'll grab for my painting, or for a little bit of more work, or maybe just read a book. Afternoons again are for my social media and marketing, or some writing, depending on what is on the priority. So, having these evenings are again rhythm. That's my routine for exercising or cooking something special. So, depending on how your life is, choose your rhythms and routines and chunk your day into pieces of time. So rather than saying that from 8 to 10, this is what I do, say that, okay, post breakfast, this is my time for that. Some days, maybe your homeschooling will take more time. Some days, it will take less. Some days, maybe you want to spend more time at work, and some days, you want to spend less time. So make these rhythms, and they actually, when I have noticed, at least for me, when I have rhythms, I don't get stressed when something else pops in, or when I'm not able to really meet, the time target. So the next tip for this is be flexible. Again, when I used to have a schedule, I used to be very uptight about everything. Now, if, like I said, if schedules work for you, good, go ahead with it. But if it's not, if it's only creating a more harassment into your life, then try being more flexible. By flexibility, I don't mean that, we say, okay, today we couldn't meet the deadline, I'll meet it next week. Nothing like that. Or today, or for this whole week, I don't want to homeschool my child. Nothing like that. What I mean by flexibility is just cut yourself some slack. Give yourself the permission to maybe change things up if that's what works for you. There are days when we are homeschooling, and I realize that it's getting a little boring for me and monotonous for me. So instead of just stopping it all together, we decide to do something else. Instead of maybe starting with a lesson in the morning, I would start with an art camp and then build in the lessons later. Or maybe for a few days we decide to do some projects or watch some documentaries. We are still learning, and we're still homeschooling, but we are just changing things up. I have given myself the permission to change things up and be flexible. The same way, this takes a lot of discipline, but I give myself the permission even at work. If I feel that I have a plan, let's say for the next 2 months, and while I'm doing it, I realize it's not working for me, or this is not something I'm enjoying, or it's not serving me well in my work, then I just change things and bring in work which energizes. So keep your options open, keep your mind open, and don't really beat yourself up if things are not going exactly as you had planned them to. Okay. My next tip would be have a to-do list. Now, I tried doing a planner earlier this year, and I really enjoyed working in that planner. But I realize it's not my cup of tea. I just get too stifled when I'm working in a planner. Instead, a simple notebook, a simple exercise book that you get, a notebook you get in any school stationery shop. I use something like that, or even a notepad, and I just jot down a few things that I want to do that day. Having that makes me kind of tick it off also as the day goes on. Of course, I give myself the permission and the grace that if something I'm not able to achieve something on that list, I'm not going to beat myself up. But when I have that list in mind, I am able to be more efficient and follow the rhythms and routines that I have built into my day. So do give it a shot. Just take a notebook, a plain old notebook, write down what you want to do that day, 5 to 10 things, and you'll feel so happy as you're taking those things off the list. So give it a shot, and let me know in the comments if that works for you. My last tip would be focus on one task at a time. I used to really pride myself as being the queen of multitasking. And I used to try doing many things at a single time. But that really drained me out. And I realized that it was not that I was being very efficient by multitasking many things at a single, maybe, uh, period of time. And so, what I started doing is trying to do that one task at hand and then starting the next one. Of course, if you're exercising or you're going for a walk and you want to listen to a favorite podcast or an audiobook, of course, that kind of multitasking is good. Or maybe if you're unloading your dishwasher or you're mopping the floor and you want to listen to something, that's fine too. Or maybe you want to just have a conversation with someone as you're getting your household chores done. That's fine. That kind of multitasking is fine. But trying to, let's say, if I'm trying to homeschool my son, and at the same time I'm trying to check and answer emails, that kind of multitasking just takes away the focus and the joy from the task at hand. That's what I found. So, doing one thing at a time and then moving on kind of saves you from being tired, from being exhausted and burnt out. Do give it a shot and let me know if doing one task at a time is better for you, or you find multitasking and having several balls up in the air is better for you. Do write in the comments below and let me know how that is. Now, this video that I'm talking about, creating time within your, home life when you're homemaking, working from home, and homeschooling. This is from chapter 18 of my brand new book, Queen of the At-Home Lifestyle. So this chapter is chapter 18. So if you've already bought the book, then you will know, you would have probably read this chapter. If you haven't, then do take a look at my brand new book. It's a self-published book, and I'm leaving a link below. So you can check it out on Amazon. You can buy the book online on Amazon and read it using a Kindle app. Kindle app, let's say if you have a Kindle, you can download it on your Kindle. If you don't, you can just download the Kindle app for free on your device and read the book there. And if you read the book, please do give me a review. Review the book or leave a few lines about what you enjoyed about the book on the page, on the review page of Amazon. And I will see you next time in my next video. And yes, since I have just launched my brand new book, Queen of the At-Home Lifestyle, my next video too will be from something that I've written about in that book. I'll see you soon. Take care. Till next time. Bye.